Hello, Jenny, baby. It's Dwight, and this is our new office. I'm sorry I'm not dressed for this, but I'm doing construction work, and we're getting ready to move in some furniture here. Actually, this is a meeting room where we'll be doing presentations. And come on, I'll show you real quick the offices, just real quick, so you'll see what's going on. Let's see. This is one office, and part of the staff will be there. This is an area here with the high tables. We'll have a coffee machine out here for people to gather. And this is, whose office is this, Jet?
Mine and Carol.
Okay, this is two people's office. This is going to be Jacqueline and me over here. And inside here is the lovely Samantha. And this is going to be a little kids area. We have kids programs and whatnot. And then down the hallway there's the bathrooms and all that. So we've been doing construction and painting and hanging these curtains. And there's going to be a projector up over here and a screen. And this will be the stage, which gets moved over here. So we will be able to seat 100 people in here for presentations and training and whatnot. Here in this, I'm in Kuala Lumpur now, KL, Malaysia. And we don't have a place to operate out of in Singapore, so we have to rent venues when we go there. So anyway, that's why I'm dressed like this, and we're a mess and dusty and dirty and nasty. But anyway, I looked at your email just now again, and you said things like passion, tenacity, perseverance, thorough training in Singapore and Malaysia, and the Christmas orphanage. So I'll just ramble a bit, and you can pick and choose what you want. Email me if you have any questions you want me to delve deeper into. I'll be happy to. I'll get you some pictures. I'm going to get my headshot, of course, but then I thought I'd send you a few pictures. Maybe one with me as Santa Claus with the kids, and maybe one with my group here. We have about 5 of us that are working together full-time as a team. Anyway, in terms of passion, I don't think that anybody doubts my passion for Mila and the potential of Mila around the world. I have never been an MLM person, never been involved in one, never wanted to be involved in one. The only reason I'm involved with this company is because I believe that this Mila is the greatest product that I've ever seen in my life. And I feel a real drive to help get Mila around the world, and I believe that network marketing is the greatest and fastest way of doing that. So my passion is that I have just shared Mila with so many hundreds and hundreds of people now, and the results have been overwhelming, and those people have now shared Mila with many, many people, and so the networking of it and the lives that have been touched and affected and changed dramatically is just overwhelming to me, and it's just a passion. I feel a moral obligation at this point to do what I'm doing. In terms of tenacity, I think that's what makes or breaks any successful person, is just the tenacity to stick with it. And there have been many times when I just wanted to throw my hands up in the air, but I just get back up and hit it again and hit it again and hit it again, because I have learned through life that tenacity is what makes the difference between winning and losing. And it's always broken my heart these last 2 years when I have seen distributors who have just given up with the slightest bit the slightest bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me, Jet.
Discouragement.
Yeah, the slightest bit of discouragement, and they just hang it up, or they give it up, or they are in this thinking that they're going to make a lot of money overnight, which is really foolish. So, I really try to tell people from the very beginning, if that's the way you feel, don't even get involved. This is a long-term investment of your life. And it's an everyday investment of your life, maybe not on a full-time basis, but sometime every day. Your mind has to be involved with this, and you must have the tenacity to make a commitment that you are going to do this for the next 4 or 5 years of your life every day. And I use the example when I speak of a college education. No one goes to a college education or to college thinking that you know, they'll just try it for 2 or 3 months and see what happens. And no one expects great results in a few months. People go to college knowing full well that they are going to have to spend a lot of money and a lot of time for 4 years minimum to get that first degree. And then they're going to graduate owing a lot of money, usually between $50,000 and $100,000 minimum, and they don't have a job yet, and now they have to start their career, and it takes years before they're making much money, and they have $100,000 to pay back. You know, you get the picture. When with this, without that kind of huge investment, if they put the same amount of time and concentration into 4 years of their lives of this, they're making money the entire time, but at the end of that 4 years when they graduate, they're so far ahead of the game. And that leads into perseverance. You know, I started this at home in West Palm Beach on Facebook. Now, the funny part of that is I am the world's worst person when it comes to the computer. I did not even have a Facebook page. Rachel Maines, M-A-I-N-S, was my partner and lady friend at the time, and she put together a Facebook page for me. And all I did was looked at people online that lived in Singapore, and I would send them friend requests, and I would become friends with them, and then I would get to know them a little bit, and then they would ask me what I do, and I would tell them I'm coming to Asia, I've never been there, and I just got to be friends with them. And then over time I would let them know that I was involved with this amazing food and the amazing things that it had done for me and for others. And I sent them to a website I had created called myplanbworks.com. And I told them if they were interested in Mila to let me know, and I would mail them a free sample. And so I would mail them a couple of sample mini bags. I would send 2 mini bags per person, and then I would follow up on them, and I started Skyping with them. And the horrible thing happened about 6 weeks into doing this. I had 1,000 friends. I was working around the clock because it's a 12-hour time difference, and so I was up all night and trying to sleep during the day, and I was doing this 7 days a week. I was working 10, 12, 14 hours a day, and after 5 or 6 weeks I woke up one day and they had canceled my Facebook page because I had stupidly, foolishly, naively tried to get too many friends too fast, and I ignored their warnings, and they canceled my page. So I had lost all of their friends, all of my friends. I had no way to rekindle any of those relationships. I didn't have their email addresses, and that was a heartbreaking experience. And I literally wept. I had tears down my face when I realized that a whole month and a half of just really struggling was down the tubes. And I got up the next day and I started over. And that was a real turning point for me. And this time I understood Facebook better, and I slowed down and I took my time. And fortunately, a lot of those people, I started my new Facebook page, and I just changed my name ever so slightly. I just put my middle initial in, and they contacted me and found me, and several of them. And some of them signed up to become distributors. And so I used those people then to help me. And I shipped in several bags of Mila to those people. And then I asked them to mail to my Facebook friends in Singapore and then later into Malaysia, because it was so much cheaper for them to do it. And so that's where perseverance really came in, and tenacity really came in. And then people started to sign up as distributors, and they started sharing Mila, and I was doing training online, Skyping with people. I would spend several hours every day on Skype and getting to know these people, and told them I would be coming over in August, and I was very excited to be coming over. And so before I got off the airplane in Singapore, my first time ever in Asia, I had 100 distributors down my downline. And I had a lot of my Facebook friends meet me in a nightclub that night and in a pub, and we got to know each other. And then the next day, we started having meetings, and that's really how things started. And I learned so much. There's so many stories to share that I can't do it all here and now. But I did start setting up extensive training. And I did that because I realized all the problems that I had had and all the mistakes that I had made and all the frustrations that I had been through were mostly because of a lack of training. No one had told me or taught me. And so I made it a point from day one to take my people by the hand and to try to encourage them and show them great training and explain to them how to share Mila. Now, it was different here because in Asia, they eat very little fiber, and so there are major health issues. So if people, excuse me, there's a lot of dust in here. So, and let me know when I'm near 15 minutes, Jet. And
4 more minutes.
Okay. And so when I first started sharing Mila with people in Asia, I had a lot of people saying it made them feel bloated or sick or, you know, they were not having pleasant experiences. And so when I got over here, I realized that they eat a lot of fried food, a lot of greasy stuff, very little fiber. And so their bodies cannot handle what our bodies can handle. Plus, they're smaller people, but huge health issues. So I stepped it back. And I made written instructions that went out with every sample bag of Mila, and I told my distributors to give these written instructions. And I made it half the dose that we do in America. So they started with half of a scoop a day for the first 4 days, and then graduate to 1 full scoop. I made sure they understood they had to drink a lot of water every day. And I gave them step-by-step instructions, and that has eliminated the vast majority of the problems. And then I've developed an entire follow-up system when people are using the Mila. So now we've had several training. We're up over 500 distributors now between Singapore and Malaysia. And we're doing a lot of extensive training. And next week I go back to Singapore on the 15th and the 16th for our first extensive 2-day training. And we will be spending several hours on motivational things. I have some great people here that are great with motivation. And what's the word, Judd, I'm looking for?
Team office.
Huh?
Team office.
Team, no, what you guys do, mind...
Creative manifestation.
Creative?
Manifestation.
Manifestation, okay. So they've been highly trained through a lot of motivational things. Now, one of the girls has been doing nothing but learning Team Office, and I'm going to be doing a Skype with Dorothy, and we're going to be learning all about PayHub before we do this massive training. And I'll spend a half a day talking about product, and making sure they understand everything and answering all questions. And Team Office is going to be a big part. That'll be a 3 or 4 hour part so that all of our people will know how to sign people up properly, how to send email links, how the PayHub is going to work, and I want to eliminate all the problems of new people signing people up on the wrong legs and all of that sort of nonsense. We've had our fill with that. And so this whole 2-day seminar for all of our distributors in Singapore, so that by the time we leave there, our leaders will know everything that we know, and they will be able to train, and distributors will be able to be familiar enough to train everybody that they sign up. That's a very important part to us, and we will be reviewing that once a month. We'll be having a training day once a month for new distributors, and our leadership in Singapore will be able to handle a lot of that. I'm going to do part 2 here now, so we'll cut. All right? Be back to you in a minute.